Buenos días, espero que todo esté bien. Aquí voy a hablar de algunas expresiones con se, específicamente se impersonal. So here we can see quite a few signs that we're used to seeing. Things like se puede cruzar, or no se puede cruzar, se prohíbe cruzar. No se permite doblar o se prohíbe doblar, se permiten bicicletas y se prohíbe entrar. Se prohíbe entrar. O sea, no se permite entrar. Okay, so all of these constructions that are used actually use the impersonal se. Okay? But you'll see that in numbers 1, 2, 3, and 5, the verbs are all singular with se puede, se permite, se prohíbe. But number 4 is se permiten. I hope you can see why. Think a moment, why would that be plural? Se permiten bicicletas. Okay? Okay, so construcciones con se. Sorry, apologize for that. I'm trying to get everything into the video, but I'm not sure I can get everything in there. Okay, so construcciones con se, expresiones impersonales. So in Spanish, verbs that are not reflexive, because we know we use se with reflexive verbs like se baña, se levanta, se despierta. Okay. And we've also learned we could use se in replace of le or les when we have a direct and indirect object pronoun that both begin with L's together, like se lo dio. Okay. This se here is an impersonal construction, and impersonal means personless. There's no person. So these statements in which the person performing the action is not defined, not identified. So, se habla español en Costa Rica. So, Spanish is spoken in Costa Rica. Se puede leer en la sala de espera. So, you, or in English we have this general one, not talking about any specific person, but you can read in the waiting room, and that's just open to anybody, not directed towards a specific person. Se hacen operaciones aquí. So operations are performed here. In other words, they, whoever they may be, perform operations here. And se necesitan medicinas enseguida. So medicine is needed right away, or they, whoever they may be, needs medicine right away. So note that the third person singular verb is used with singular nouns, like se vende ropa. But the third person plural is used with plural nouns. Se vende ropa, but se venden camisas. But there's also another use that we can use with se, and these are unplanned occurrences. Okay? Se is also used to describe an accidental or unplanned event. In this construction, the person who performs the action is de-emphasized, implying that the accident or unplanned event is not his or her direct responsibility. So if I say something like, se me cayó la pluma, basically it's saying that, well, the pen itself dropped itself, and it happened to affect me. Okay, in English, we take direct responsibility. I dropped the pen. Okay, but in Spanish, it's not our direct responsibility, and so it's the pen that fell and it affected us. And in this case, se me cayó, it affected me. So in this type of a construction, what would normally be the direct object, where I dropped the pen, now becomes the subject and has to have agreement with the verb, not with the indirect object pronoun. And you'll see that it's set up so that it's se plus an indirect object pronoun, because this is the person affected, the verb, and then the subject. Okay. Some very common verbs that are used are verbs like quedar, like left behind. So, se me quedó la receta. Okay. Oh, I left the prescription behind. Se te cayó la taza. Okay. So you dropped the cup. Okay. Or le dañó el rayo. So he broke the radio, but it's really that the prescription left itself behind and I was affected. The cup fell, dropped itself, and it affected you. And the radio kind of broke itself and it affected him or her with the le. And then other verbs are romper, olvidar, perder. And so we don't say, for example, we broke the bottles. We say the bottles broke themselves and it affected us. So, se nos rompieron las botellas. Y las pastillas. We don't say that they forgot the pills. We say the pills, forgot themselves and it affected us. So we don't have it. Y so, nos olvidaron las pastillas. Okay. Or the keys lost themselves and it affected me. Me perdieron las llaves. Okay. Now, while Spanish has a verb for to fall, there's no direct translation to drop something. Okay. So, dejar caer is to kind of let something fall. So, you can use either dejar caer or the se construction with caer to mean to drop. So something like el médico dejó caer la aspirina. So the doctor dropped the aspirin. And now you're giving responsibility onto the doctor. But if you said something like al médico se le cayó la aspirina, now he's the one that's being affected, but it's the aspirin that fell. Okay, so a mí se me cayeron los cuadernos. Okay, so I dropped the notebooks, or literally they dropped themselves and I was affected. But I could have said yo dejé caer los cuadernos if I want to put the responsibility all on me. Okay, so those are some of the constructions with se.